My next duty station after Camisea was Naval Security Group Detachment Diego Garcia. So I landed in Diego Garcia. Diego Garcia is, again, it's a British Indian Ocean territory in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It's actually an atoll. It's built like a horseshoe. It's actually the rim of an extinct volcano. It's not an island. It's not a U.S. territory. It's a British Indian Ocean territory. I landed there, got checked in, same thing. I got checked in there. This time I was, a mid-level guy. I didn't have to do any weird stuff. Got moved into my room. My roommate was cool. It's great. Diego Garcia is very hot. It's tropical. I'd been there for about a month, 30 days, acclimating to the weather. I was already on my duty section. I was already doing everything I needed to do. I was coming off a mid-watch. I was laying in my bed. I was wearing nothing but basketball shorts. That's how hot it was out there. I was sleeping on top of my blanket again, and something woke me up, right? And I looked to my left. I was not in a sleep paralysis state. I was in, I could move some parts of my body, but I didn't have full function of my body. And I looked to my left, and standing right there next to me was a gray freaking alien. Now, at the time, I didn't really know what it was, but now that I know what I know, that's the best way to describe it. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to put the picture of it. I had ChatGPT help me, describe it the best I could, and it looked like this. And now that you've seen it, it was standing right next to my bed. It was about 7 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall. It was easily a foot taller than me, but it could not have been more than 120 pounds or 130 pounds. I did not have any fear. I did not have any anger. I looked at it, it looked at me, and we had a form of nonverbal communication. I did not hear a voice in my head speak anything. He did not physically speak, but he put in my head, I just want you to know that I can get you anytime I want. That's what he said. And again, my head turned back over. I never really went back. I never blinked out or whatever. And he was gone. I felt my whole body come back to me. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest what happened. I wasn't scared. I didn't freak out. I literally just sat up in my bed, put my feet over to the side, put my hands on my knees, and I still remember the floor because there wasn't carpet. The floor was nice and cold on my feet. And I started laughing. So I started laughing. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. You got to be effing kidding me. An alien just told me that it could murk me anytime it wanted to murk me. That was literally what came to my head. And I laughed. I don't know if that was some type of coping mechanism. I don't know if that's just my weird sense of humor. I don't know if I was in some type of shock, but I just started to laugh. And I've never seen it again to this day. I've never seen it again. And I've only told about 4 people. Now I've told the entire internet that story, but I've only told few people that. And I've never told anybody that there was some type of connection with the shadows that I was seeing in my room, and that thing was responsible for it. And people ask, and the people, when I do tell this story, again, I hate to be honest, I'm just too honest. People always ask me, what did it want? What did it say? What was it for? I got no idea. And I tell them, I literally don't know. My blood type is A positive. Everybody in the military knows their blood type. You get it told to you. Sometimes you write it on your boots. It's on your dog tags in case you get busted up in the field. They got to know your blood type. Everybody knows their blood type. I'm A positive. I'm not that crazy RH negative or whatever that is. I was nothing spectacularly special in that barracks. There was 9 other guys that was this happening to. We just happened to be living on the same block of rooms. That was it. And I never saw it again. I never saw the shadow creep things again. I never saw that gray alien again. I never saw any of that stuff again. But I do have some theories that somehow this thing was doing that on purpose to scare me, to make me scared. I don't know why they wanted me to be so scared, but to scare me. And then when I stopped being scared, I started being more pissed and fought back. And then when, that voice in my head told me to fight with my mind, then it was just over. It just stopped, right? And then I progressed later on in the years in my faith. I'm a Christian. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. I love Jesus. Nope, he saved my life countless times. People that I love, he loves more than me. He saved their lives countless times. And I don't have any answers for it. I don't know why. I do know that I've done a lot of research, and I do know that these things bend the knee to Jesus. Some people call them demons. Some people call them aliens. I think that's a mixture of both. I think that some people call them the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. It's very plausible. That's in the book of Enoch right over here. Some people say that they're just demons fallen. Possible. Some people say they're extraterrestrials, and that Christ is king of all creations, multiverse or whatever, and they have to bend the knee to him. And you can go and look several alien abduction scenes, or alien abduction stories are halted when Jesus' name is brought into it. And so, yes, all that's going to probably cause is more questions than I have answers for. But at that moment in time, it didn't really click on me that, because again, I was a younger guy. But as my years progressed and I got more and more and more mature, this world that we live in is not even close to what we think it is. Not even close. Not even close. I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains, heard all that Fiducary growing up on there. I've talked to I've got 51 episodes of Fiducary. Dig into it and go look. Talking to people, hearing their stories of what's going on, right? And on the 1-year anniversary, here's my Fiducary. So when people ask me, do you believe in this? 100% I believe in it, right? Because I was in it. I was in it for 3 years. I was in it 3 years and some change. And I do not have all the answers. And that's why when people ask me about my UFO, UAP, theories that I say that they're already here coming from underneath the earth, I firmly believe it. And now they just said they're living in the oceans. Shocker. Not for me, of course. And so that is why I firmly believe in UFOs, aliens, Fiducary, spirits, demons, dogmen, Sasquatches, wild men, wild people, pugwudgies, you name it. It's real.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.